Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Let me make sure that you all can hear me. I think you can. Um, let's see. Manello, you were here first. Thank you so much for that. Lady Bird, Lydia, Washington, Compton, Cali Gal, Carol Lunn. Hello. Elaine Parker. Uh-oh, wait a minute. What's up with that? Oh, here we go again with that. Let me see. Well, that's odd. I don't see that I have anybody here, although I know that you are. Let me open up another window so I can make sure that I see what you're seeing. That I have. Yes. Okay. So we are in. This is one of those days when the StreamYard says there's 0 people in the chat. 0 people. And we know that can't be true. Hello, B10 pal. Melanie Elliott Baldwin. Do me a favor, you guys, please. And I rarely ever say this, but please make sure you're subscribed. We are just, I don't even think it's maybe 70 people away from 32,000 subscribers. So please make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you are subscribed for this free content on a daily basis. You guys know I rarely ever say anything, but whenever we're this close, I always like to just go ahead and get that round number in. So please make sure that you are subscribed. So check it out. Look at your screen. This is how it all started today. Oh, by the way, I'm going to say the individual hellos as we go along, but thank you all so much for being here. Except for one person. I usually don't wait. Y'all know who that is. And that's Connie Balmer. Hey, Connie Balmer. Happy Monday to you. So, Connie, did anything interesting happen today? I think this is going to be a relatively slow news day. Did I just say snow? I sound like I'm somebody hanging out at Studio 54, don't I? Do you have any snow? I did not mean to say snow. I've never dabbled. But yes, anyway, thank you so much, you guys, for being here. And again, please do make sure you're subscribed so we get past that 32,000 mark. All right. And with that, hello, Lucy Wynn, Harolyn Baker, Nubian Queen, B. Thomas, Winsome Jones. Looks like you guys are in a good mood today. Berta Sanchez, Ozell Dunlap. Okay. Let me just make sure there's no super chats, no super stickers, and there is not. So let's carry on, shall we? All right. So I saw this photo. I didn't think it to be real. Oh, really, Connie Bomber? Snow in the mountains. Very cool. As you guys know, Connie Bomber is in Switzerland. Yeah, so I thought this was not I thought it was an old photo, actually. I thought it was an old photo. Turns out that Harry was en route, if this is the correct timing of this, because I said to myself, I've never seen this before. But it seems like he was en route to London. And so, you guys, I was up last night. That's an affirmative. I was up late last night. I was working on some of my files. I was trying to label things so that I can find it when I'm looking for it, right? And I kept seeing this on what do you call it, on the Twitter, and I'm just like, that's an old photo. It just seems like I've seen it before, right? Well, wrong. It's not an old photo. It's a new photo. And they say Harry was en route to London, but the photo wasn't really explained at all. Nobody said where he was seen. Lex says, I am the only one confused about the olive branch that was sent by the palace. Tampon is not in France, but he is too busy to possibly meet Harry. Looks like the British royal family doesn't want them at the coronation. With the amount of, let's just say, stardust, the amount of glitter, the amount of prestige and attention that the Sussexes are capable of, I can only say to Charles, I don't blame him. That is a man who is very fragile, who was jealous of his first wife, who died mysteriously and tragically in a Paris tunnel. He's always been jealous of his children. He's pretty much jealous of everybody. So I would not expect his very fragile ego to withstand a visit from the Sussexes. So I can't say that I blame him. He is as dull as dishwater. It it takes a lot of effort to get people to be interested in what he has to say, as evident by the last Commonwealth ceremony. So, yeah, I can't say that I blame him, but the fact is that is his son. So, uh, do your thing, partner. Have your son at the coronation. As a matter of fact, if you want people to watch it, make sure you invite them. And when you think about it, Legs, maybe that's exactly why it was scheduled on Archie's birthday, because they did not want him there. And I thought it was done to spite Archie, but maybe it was done, well, or to spite the Sussexes, so that they won't come. But maybe it was done, just, I mean, well, you know what I mean. But yeah, I think that's exactly why. It's just out of spite. But it is possibly just to make sure the Sussexes don't show up. Anyway, Legs, thank you so much for that super chat. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex and always bringing some very interesting points of view. And Rick, thank you. Oh, sorry about that. Rick, thank you for the super sticker. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. And happy Monday to you. And thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Hey, Mo Shannon. Um, man, I'm kind of worried about this thing, but I guess it's working okay. I restarted the computer so it wouldn't glitch, but strangely enough, my StreamYard screen says there's nobody here. So since there's nobody here, I think I am going to make myself more comfortable. How about that? I'm going to slip into something a little more comfortable. A beautiful day, Baron. It's a real photo. Prince Harry was en route to Miami. A caller on Duchess of Success said that person did send out, didn't, are you saying didn't send out? I think I heard that until Harry arrived in UK. Go USA. Beautiful day. Yes, I believe that is accurate. Yeah, and I was listening to that caller. I think it was Leslie. Very interesting. I could have listened to Leslie for a little while longer. Leslie like really made some interesting points, especially about some other stuff. So that was quite interesting. And usually, I forget everybody's name, but I remember it was Leslie, and I was like, wow, I could listen to her for about another 20 minutes or more, right? Or did anybody else feel that way? Leslie, you brought the fire today. Thank you so much. But yeah, I listened to Leslie on Duchess of Success, and it was phenomenal. She seemed to have a wealth of knowledge. So I was like, uh huh, uh huh, uh huh. Yes, and educate you too. I think I heard you earlier. Um, Very interesting. So I tell you, it's some pretty, sharp people in the Sussex Squad, especially the Sussex Squad Detective Agency. Hey, Karen. I don't believe Chuck knew until Harry arrived at court. Sky Reporter said she thought Harry was in California. I'm pretty sure that caught everyone off guard. Thank you so much, B10. Yeah, I'm looking at the other screen and I can see that there obviously are people there, 815 now. But it's just so StreamYard be messing with you. You know how that is. It'd be messing with me. So, but thank you so much for confirming that. Nubian Queen says, thank you, Baron, and all squatties for keeping us updated. You are all much appreciated. Love and respect you all. Thank you, Nubian Queen. And thank you so much for the super sticker. And you guys, thank you for your input. I'm telling you, it takes a village. It takes a village. And I'm just so glad to be able to be a part of a safe space for the squatties. And as always, thank you guys for trusting me to do this work. Javier Arias, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. And happy Monday to you. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see here. I hope Harry empty out Frogmore while he is there. Never return to the lazy, ungrateful people who he calls family. You know, Compton Cali gal, you know what they say, can't nobody hurt you like your family. I had a friend used to tell me that all the time. She'd say, you know, Baron, can't nobody hurt you like your family. She would always say it like that in that very, pitiful tone, but she had been through it and I totally understood from that. Kenitha Ash says the Associated Press wants Harry's case to be thrown out. According to a reporter, it is a fishing expedition with no evidence. I am not surprised about their reporting. You know, I'm starting to think that the Associated Press is demonstrating a little bias. Gee, I hadn't noticed that before. I didn't notice their bias until today. That is so interesting. Have you guys seen it? Because I always looked at them as being the arbiters of truth and fairness. And I'm exaggerating, of course. Um, so there's Harry. And isn't it interesting the way Harry exits the car? And it kind of puts you in mind of the Ginger Avenger, right? He exits the car, and I'm just like, that is the Ginger Avenger, huh? See that? Huh? Come on, Ginger. Come on, Ginger Avenger. Go get him, Harry. Give him hell, Harry. Give him hell. That is how it's done. I'm telling you, I saw that and I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I know that. Where have I seen that before? And you know where I've seen it? This is where I've seen it. Oh man, I tell you. Give him hell, Harry. Give him hell. Okay. We can't watch the whole thing again. We can't watch the whole thing again. We'll do it again later. I tell you, it really pulls you into it. You know what I mean? It's something about the Ginger Avenger that just pulls you in. So all I can say is give him hell, Harry. That's what they used to tell Harry Truman. They would tell President Truman when he was running for election, he only became president because Roosevelt died in office, right? He went from congressman, a little unknown congressman from Independence, Missouri, to president of the United States. And when he was running for president in his own right, and just like Harry Windsor, Harry Truman was underestimated at every turn. And so people used to yell, "Give him hell, Harry." And that is what I am feeling today. I'm feeling a big case of "Give him hell, Harry." that that is where I am right now. Give him hell. So let me see here. Where do I want to go? You know what? I could just stay right here, but I can't. So Harry exits the vehicle. The reporters are caught off guard. In case you don't know it, the reporters were completely caught off guard. If you would have told them Burt Bacharach just showed up, I don't think that it would have been as much excitement, especially since Burt Bacharach passed away. Maybe a little excitement, but I'm just saying, when the car pulled up and Harry gets out and they realize, the boss is here. All of a sudden, it was a-holes and elbows trying to get over there to take his picture. I think I got that from Officer and a Gentleman. But anyway, Harry emerged from the vehicle like the boss he is, and it was just pandemonium. And then, of course, there was the look, that very, very, like, I'm causing it look. Now, you guys, this look looks very fresh, even though Harry had a long trip there. And as the young lady said on uh, Duchess of Success earlier, that you got this layover that you have to do in order to catch the next flight, and that is true. That these schedules for the flights, if you fly back and forth, you kind of know how those flights run. So, yeah, it takes a little effort for us to go east like that. Um, I leave, I think it in the afternoon, and I wake up and it's morning in the UK. And if you need to be there at court in the morning, then you got to schedule these things properly. So it was very, very covert. Yes, hey, Big Mama, he did run into well, you know what? The cameraman was trying to go across in front of Harry, and he was trying to walk backwards, and so the cameraman actually hit the fence, and that kind of pushed him. Well, he popped off the fence and then into Harry. And I don't think it was deliberate, but, with the excitement that was going on, he was being quite careless. And, that could have definitely have gotten someone hurt. I'm not going to say Harry, but someone could have got hurt. Probably not seriously, but it's like one of those things where you kind of tumble on top of each other. Fortunately, that didn't happen. CR says caught off guard because there are no leaks. Come on, CR. There are no leaks in Montecito. There are no leaks in Montecito. Had he told that family of that would have met him at the airport, or they would have met him at the airport. Exactly. Oh, there we go. Thank you so much for the Cash App. ES, thank you very much. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. But yes, there are no leaks in Montecito. So great observation, Sia. They would have met him at the airport had they known. Fortunately, they were clueless. Speaking of clueless, have you? No, I'm not going to start that right now. Okay, speaking of clueless, no, not yet. Later. Let me see. Teresa McDougal says Baron, the Daily Fail's lawyers are asking for privacy and restrictions. How ironic, and the hypocrisy now that they are being suited, or is it sued? Love it. Yes, I love it too, Teresa McDougall. And that is the height of hypocrisy. So, again, one more time, that look, love that look. That look is that look of, yes, I know I am causing it. That's when you know you're causing it, when you have that look. So, yeah, I'm here for it, Harry. I am totally here for it. Wherever you go, we're going. I'm here for it. Okay. So, I know, Marcy Foreman, there requires a trigger warning when. Anyway, so as mentioned, see, we were on the same track. Daily Mail parent company invokes Human Rights Act to stop naming of journalists. Well, isn't that something? I believe the figure is some 72. 72 journalists that work for or have worked for that dreaded rag, the Daily Fail, owned by Associated News Group, who also own the Mail on Sunday, who also own the royal family. Oops, did I just slip that out my mouth? That also are in cahoots with, okay, I'll just say they're in league or cahoots with the royal family. That Daily Mail is the one that the Duchess so artfully described as a Daily Fail, and is owned by Lord Rothermere, Viscount Lord Rothermere, aka Lord Nappyhead. Lord Nappyhead, whose ancestry is a bit interesting, I would say. I promise you, if you saw him at one of our family barbecues, you wouldn't take notice of him, except, probably that little shifty eye thing he got going on, but you wouldn't take notice of him. Who would? I mean, he looks like one of the family. As Tom Jones used to say, it's not unusual to be loved by anyone. Um, oh, did I just accidentally compare him to Tom Jones? That wasn't deliberate. But what's new, Pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hello, beautiful Dave Barron. I read that there were more A-listers at the High Court than there will be at Chucky's coronation. I love it, beautiful Day. I love it. You ought to have a stand-up tour. But when you think about it, it's true. There was poor Charles. That is so true. There were more A-listers in the High Court today than there's likely to be at the coronation. I love it. I love it. That is so Stephen Colbert. I love that. Thank you so much for that. Ah, I love it. I love it. So, before we do that, let me get this little video I put together today. Let's get that in there, shall we? Just to say we did. Okay. And did this kind of last minute. Yes, I kind of threw that together last minute, but I think they got the message. I think they got the message. Um, Give him hell, Harry. Give him hell. So, yes, Harry left the court. You can kind of see that the time change from, you know, California to Greenwich time is starting to catch up to him. But still, he walked out of there with his head up high and he managed to give a couple of thumbs ups on his way out. So, all in all, I would say that it was a win win situation. And with the low sun in the sky, you can tell it was getting late in the day, I believe. So, um, very good day for the Sussexes, for Prince Harry, and of course, for the Sussex squad. And right here, you can see Dr. Shola, not to miss out an opportunity to rub it in, says, I love that the media is losing their minds. They didn't know Prince Harry is in the UK and now ratty royal experts. Did she just say ratty royal experts? Yes, the royal rodents. They are pretty ratty. But I mean, we know that, but I didn't know she was saying the same thing. But yeah, so the now ratty royal experts will be rolled out for useless commentary. Next is blah blah about late queen and accusing Harry of outshining king's coronation with case against Daily Mail. And then, of course, you cannot have an occasion like this without a troll. Just well, they say, well, I, I'm pretty sure he probably had a camera, yeah, in his belt buckle, and just like the camera they put in Archie's juice box when they met the Queen. So Angela Levin says, it seems Harry's presence wasn't necessary, and if he came, he have used his side entrance and not been seen. What's he trying to prove? Well, and Megan's a Hollywood actress, and well, she always gets her way. Is it the start of a day for docu? She's always thinking about Netflix. Did she try to get a contract and they, said, well, right now we're not doing any animated features. I'm not animated. I always look this. How dare you call me animated? I always look. If you're going to invite me to offend me, you just wanted to attack me. Ah! Woo! Gosh, that lady, I tell you, um, she has a lot of nerves. She has a lot of nerves. And so Christopher Bosey, he caught hold of that one and said, if he went through the side entrance, then leeches like you wouldn't have stuff to talk about. Be thankful he is helping to pay your bills. Be helpful. I mean, be thankful he is helping to pay your bills. Hello. I'm telling you, Christopher knows how to lay it down. Do you hear me? He knows how to do the smackdown. I'm telling you, he knows how to do the smackdown. I mean, it's always the epic burn when he throws it out there. So thank you, Christopher Bosey, for putting that troll in her place. If you're gonna attack me, I'm not. Don't follow me. Oh man. But B10 Powell, 14 months of being a member of Royal Sussex. Thank you so much for that. B10's 14 months of being a member. Still a bargain at just $4.99. Thank you, B10. So that was the little burns. That was the little first degree burns for at least one of the royal rodents. And just a reminder, um, Angela Levin was given access to follow Harry for a couple of occasions to do a magazine spread and, to write a story for a magazine. And then she took it upon herself without even asking to write what she wants you to believe is the definitive book about Prince Harry's life, even though she only spoke to him for about 15 minutes. But she insists that you don't really need to talk to the person. In other words, she was allowed to tail along, and she turned that into the little cottage industry that she has right now, where she's going from one talk show to the other and writing, on occasion. That is what she's done with her 15 minutes of FaceTime with Prince Harry. Harry and his team, of course, were absolutely livid when they found out that she was going around telling people that she knows him very well and that gave her all the information that she needed to write a book about him. Let's see, Marcia Taylor, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex, and thank you for being a member. Very cool. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. Still a bargain at just $10 and I'm sorry, $4.99. What am I saying? And Kahinde Bayo, thank you so much for the. What is wrong with my bell today? Okay. Thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. And happy Monday to you. MLC, thank you for the super sticker. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. And happy Monday to you. All right, so let's go here. To give you an idea of how much appeal there is for this royal senior royal who has stepped down, have moved to America, has been referred to as irrelevant. And, I have something to say about this notion of Harry using the front door. Harry steps out like a baller, goes through the front door, and what was supposed to be a rather dull day at court turned into a circus all at once. And of course, as pointed out, there are no leaks in Montecito. What a ruckus that caused. Well, the news groups around the world, CNN France, The Hill, just to name a few, CNN International, Arab News Pakistan, and here you got, what is that, British Boxer, whatever that is, Wales Online, Rolling Stone, Los Angeles Times, pretty much everybody. These are just a few little collages that the what do you call it? That the squatties threw together. But very cool, very cool. Just to give you an idea of how this story has broke. Now, trust me, if the King Charles the Third was in France right now, he would be very, very hurt by the fact that his first state visit abroad, his first state visit as king, pretty much turned into a big fat nothing burger because of Prince Harry, his son, who just merely showed up just to take some notes along with his legal team And that's all they wanted to do. They wanted to take notes and just to make sure that they don't try to bury this case because, there's always a chance for mischief. And by um, Elton John showing up and uh, the Baroness showed up. By them showing up, it's just a good reminder to people that this is a very serious situation. Uh, Doreen, gosh, what is her last name? Oh man, I can't believe I can't remember it. But yeah, uh, by her showing up, and of course, her case is equally, if not even more compelling, seeing that on the one hand, they pretended as though they were trying to help her. That was the pretense. And at the same time, they were monitoring her bank accounts and even eavesdropping on her and possibly phone hacking. Very serious charges. Elaine Parker, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for being a member of Royal Sussex. Okay, and also Elaine, thank you, along with everyone else. But Elaine Park has done some fact checking for me in the past, and it is always appreciated. So thank you so much for that. Now, let's go here. I told you I had something to say about this whole why do they use the front door thing, and it reminded me. Thank you, Baroness Lawrence, Doreen Lawrence, the Baroness Lawrence. Thank you so much, Karen. It reminded me. Oh, and thank you to Miss C. It reminded me of that time when we remember we were all listening to Tina and Michelle, most of us, or a great deal of us here, and Tina pointed out how at the baby shower they were hoping that Megan was going to use the back door. They wanted her to use the back door, and my interpretation of what she said, not what she said, but my interpretation is that there was probably some very sinister motivations to try to get Megan's team to make her use the back door. And I don't think it was just about race. I think it was about intent. And part of that intention was to cause a chase. Now, when Harry had gone to the UK and he, did one of his ninja moves and left the Frogmore and went to the well child, everything went smoothly because there was the element of surprise. And fortunately, no one at the well child gave him away before he got there, but eventually images appeared on social media and there was the press. And Harry was without official royal protection. And there was a little bit of a chase. Okay, a little bit of a chase. And given that, this is why Harry has been so determined to make sure that there is authorized royal protection for him every time he visits the UK. Now, I don't suspect that that is exactly what happened today. I'm not sure. He had his team with him, but I'm not sure how much of that was security and or if at all it was royal protection. I don't suppose it was. Otherwise, as mentioned before, they would have met him at the airport. But yeah, so there seems to be this big hangup about trying to get them to use that back door. Why should they scurry um, like some type of like rat or something like that? Why should they scurry about like rats when they can use the front door? I mean, rats usually stay low and in the corners, but why are you trying to make this grown adult man who, is a native of that nation? Why would you try to make him use the back door or insist that he should use the back door? They didn't like the way he walked in there. And again, the element of surprise. He walked in like a baller. And because of the weight of his presence, it just really bothered some people. Just like when they went to New York, just like when they went to Dusseldorf, they just don't want the Sussexes to look like they're equal to the rest of the family when we all know that in terms of prestige, in terms of popularity, we all know who's at the top of the food chain. You don't need those other titles for that. They just are. So right there it says Harry and Meghan's very public arrival at an exclusive A-list club when it was revealed that they had been evicted from Frogmore Cottage hailed a bold move. A source reveals they could have used a private entrance to avoid the cameras. Meghan is at home. Harry's at home. They are paying those incredibly high California taxes. They don't use back doors. That is not going to happen. They're rich. They are influential. They are using the front door. This is not, the, some type of Jim Crow thing. They're not using back doors. Why should they? What next? You want them to live off the kitchen? Like to help? It's bad enough that y'all found cottages for them to live in. But no, that stops. That's not happening anymore. Therese McDougall says, Baron, light-skinned King Harry touched down in London in a ball of light under the, in a ball of light under the sky of darkness, showing how it's done. Exactly. I mean, literally. I mean, we've seen how he does it. It's like this. That's how he arrived. That is how it began. So you're correct. You're correct. I don't know how come they haven't noticed that before, that the sky just kind of, starts to rumble when King Harry shows. But Teresa, thank you so much for the super chat, and thank you again for watching Royal Sussex. But yeah, how come they, how do they miss that? I mean, we saw it. The rest of the people saw it, but the tabloid media, they seem to keep missing that part. Dummies. Hey, Cookies and Cream, thank you so much for being here, you guys. Cookies and Cream wants to say hi to a few people, but how do they keep missing that? Like, the lightning and the fire and music and such. How do they keep missing that? I don't know. They should get their eyes checked or something. But we saw it. We heard it. Yes, thank you, Karen. Harry's the soldier, always strategic. Exactly. So, oh, what's that do through with that? Let me see. Oh, yeah. Then Amira decides to chime in with that same nonsense. Harry and Meghan, bold move after being kicked out of Frogmore. That is a ploy to try to put them down. Now, mind you, that conversation started before. Let me see. They're both dated to 26, I believe. Today's the 27th. That was a conversation that they were having before Harry dropped out of the sky and landed in front of the, is it the Old Bailey? So, yeah, save that conversation for like 10 years ago, but we're not doing that anymore. No more back doors and all that kind of stuff. He's a grown man and he's using the front door. And right there, you can see a photo of Harry shaking hands with Doreen Lawrence, Baroness Lawrence. Apparently, they've met before. I'm not surprised, of course, because at some of those events, that was bound to happen. And I think the guy in the military uniform back there, I think that's Uncle Ben. But, makers of wild rice, long grain rice, short rice, white rice. That guy that always shows up in the bow tie every time the Royals are doing something in London, that Uncle Ben. Dorothy Ross says the officials in the court must have known that he would be there You just do not turn up unexpected. Yeah, Dorothy Ross, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense that they would have known. But yeah, not everybody's gonna um, sell you out, especially in the courthouse. Um, that's the domain of the judge. It may be the crown court, but most judges rule their court like it's a um, dukedom. So there you go. And right here, check this out. Prince Harry prepared to risk relationship with King Charles and Prince William in pursuit of his mission. Analysis by Cameron D.L. Walker. Um, in pursuit of his mission. How about in pursuit of justice? It's not a mission, it's justice. And you can see Charles sitting up there rubbing his fat fingers together like somebody just handed him a bag of money. Um, this, of course, is an old stock photo, but Prince Harry prepared to risk relationship with King and William. I think we crossed that bridge some time ago. Sometimes you risk everything for the people you love, and for the sake of his family. This is why Harry is doing this. Harry is trying to ensure that there is a record. It's not just about winning, but there's a permanent record of the behavior of these tabloids. Because in the day of judgment for all of us, if they ask you in heaven above, what did you do to try to stop this? At least he can say that he stood up to those bullies. This is the Harry that everybody laughed at because he didn't drag his brother out of the house by his, I would say his hair, but that would be impossible. But anyway, that he didn't drag his brother out of the house after he came to his home and attacked him. Um, if Harry was somebody's coward, he wouldn't be in the situation he's in right now. But the Sussexes made a decision as a family to not just take it. They love to try to do this thing about how soft and what is it? What snowflakes they are, and you don't go up against these kind of people because you're weak. You go up against these people because of your inner strength, and you do it because it's just and fair and it's the right thing to do. So they have taken a stand because the abuse did not stop after an entire year of sitting quiet. The abuse did not stop. They would find anything and everything that they could to try to embarrass them or abuse them in some kind of way. And when that didn't work any longer, um, you know, they went on to the Oprah show or the Oprah interview. Well, of course, people heard different things from the interview and not really paying attention to the fact that they nearly cost the Duchess her life. That was secondary to everything, of course. So, what else do? You have to push back. I always say sometimes the only thing that sends a message to a bully is when you send them walking away with blood pouring out of their nose. I hate that it comes to that, but sometimes you have to give a bully a bloody nose. Otherwise, they'll never leave you alone. But if you do, when people see their face and their mouth and their shirt and, the tops of their shoes all covered in red, guess what happens? They ain't so quick to run up on you. So, not advocating violence, of course, but in a very figurative way, back up. You know what I'm saying? Back up. That's what I'm saying. Get up off me. So, sometimes you have to show people some scary stuff to get them to back up off of you. And when you do, they back up. Like if you ever woke up with a horse head in your bed, and let's say you got into it with some colleagues in a particular type of in a particular type of industry where people can be rather circumspect. Let's see if you fell out with some of your colleagues and you found yourself at odds with them, and then suddenly you wake up with a horse head in your bed, then that sends a message to that person. Horse head, dead fish, chicken feet, those kind of things send a message. Or you could take them down to the Old Bailey or whatever. That works too. So, again, not advocating violence. And of course, I don't want the ASPCA or whoever, PETA, I don't want them coming after me. But you understand what I'm saying. So, get up off me, PETA. All right, and so there you have the Fab Four. This is the senior royals that are either destined to sit on the throne, and of course, in the future, they're going to take the throne. But that's it. These rather lackluster people are supposed to be the patriarch and the matriarch for a very ancient country, a very ancient civilization known as Britain. And they are the future. That's the future right there. The 70 something year old man with the childbearing hips and the hands like catcher's mitts. And of course, that very rubbery face with big ears and big red noses. That's the future. Or Secretariat, National Velvet. There's so many names. Smarty Jones. That's also the future. And then, of course, there's Humpty Dumpty. And, of course, Mumbles. That is the future of what's left of the British Empire. Good luck, folks. You're going to need it. And of course, there is the comparison to Charles III, the movie, where the Harry in the movie meets a woman of color. In that case, it was actually, a woman that was of obvious African descent. There was no ambiguities there. And in the movie, they fell in love. Now, it didn't end the exact same way, but it was odd because in the movie, well, I won't tell you the plot of the movie if you haven't seen it, but there was some interesting parallels. One of the things that kind of threw me off about the movie is that, I know that Kitty can be a bit devious, but they tried to make her look smart too. Now that was like, okay, y'all really stretching. You guys are really taking some artistic license. So I get that she's kind of shady, but smart. Come on now. Come on, y'all. All right. So, a small crowd, interestingly, they didn't add this to their public, I think it's diary of engagements. Oh, wait. Let me see what it says. Yeah, diary of engagements. Wonder why? Not my king. Well, I'll tell you why. Um, Emily Ferguson says King Charles arrived in Canary Wharf to loud cheers and people shouting, "We love you." He's there to open the new European Bank for Reconstruction and Development. Interesting. The visit was under embargo, so no one knew he was arriving. Kind of sounds like today's event, doesn't it? No one knew he was arriving. Hence, why not many people were there. That includes the media, too. Uh, but it didn't stop those there cheering his arrival. So you guys saw what was going on the outside. You see, Charles has been walking around with that rubbery face, big nose, big ears, catcher mitt hands, and childbearing hips. Well, aside from all of those maladies going on, poor Charles has also been suffering from a abolish the monarchy movement, right? He's been suffering from that. And when I say suffering, he has been taking it bad. They have been showing up in all sorts of places. And when they're not holding those yellow and black placards, they're actually throwing eggs at them. And of course, again, I do not abdicate throwing eggs or anything else. I definitely would hate for there to be a panic and someone gets hurt or something like that. So even though it seems like it's a lot of fun and funny, it's definitely not something that I'm comfortable with, right? So the old man with the, oh gosh, I don't even have to write this down. The big ears, the rubbery face, the big red nose, the childbearing hips, and the hands like catcher's mitts. And the hands like catcher's mitts, hands big enough he could smack you from across the street. Charles walks into Canary Wharf to the cheers and delight of dozens of people that they had all lined up waiting to cheer him. So, this is what they did to try to help lift his mouth up off the floor because he's been going through it and his mouth was just dragging all over the floor. I mean, his mouth looked like some type of construction equipment. What is it? A bulldozer, a backhoe, something like that. His mouth was just dragging all over, just sliding, lip just quivering across the tiles. So, in order to help get his composure back, they orchestrated this event at Canary Wharf and they didn't tell anybody about it because, they're trying to help build his self esteem. I mean, after all, he's got to go to France. At least that's what they thought he was, but that's been called off. So they had to try to build up his self esteem. And so to do that, they needed to come up with like some kind of situation where he would be roundly cheered by everyone around. And thus, that should help to boost his ego. That's my opinion, of course, my opinion, mine and mine alone. But I think that that he was pretty hurt, and so we already saw what was happening here on the 23rd, but we didn't know about the inside. I only just found this photo yesterday. That's why I'm sharing it with you today. So so just in case you guys were wondering more details about the event, I am here to help you out right now. Again, this was the group of people that they went and snatched out of the offices, that they went to the smoking section, they went to the rooftop deck, they went all over that office building looking for people to take outside, right? I wonder who got to decide who stands in the code and who stands inside, because those people are actually props that they went and found. And then, of course, there's the group on the inside. So all of this was orchestrated to try to help Charles. It was a good idea. I mean, I don't like seeing elder abuse, even on him. And it's been it's been painful to watch this old man with childbearing hips be so you know yes, thank you, Mo Shannon, pathetic. Thank you, Mo Shannon. I guess that's, what, I'm done. That's the word I was looking for. Like the kid said about Andrew, pathetic. Helene, that man got them childbearing hips. He got, for some reason, he's gotten kind of boxy around the midsection. I'm not sure what happened, but and he's always got his hands in his pocket. That's why I was hoping. That's why I was hoping that for the coronation, that they would get him a nice control top pantyhose hose to wear with that with them pedal pushers. See, because he's going to be wearing those pedal pushers, right? And if he's going to wear those pedal pushers, I just want him to have nice, clean lines for the occasion because, we may not see another coronation for at least 5 or 6 years. So, oh, did I, could y'all hear me? Did I say that out loud? Anyway, we may not see another coronation for years to come. So, I'm hoping that they'll get him some nice control top pantyhose so that he can have some good, clean lines when he goes. When he goes down the aisle of Westminster Abbey, because see, he's got to wear those pedal pushers, and I don't want him to, I want him to be a little more streamlined. If you're gonna have a streamlined monarchies start with the monarch. You know what I'm saying? Streamlined monarchies start with the monarch. So, um, okay, okay. Okay, I think I got that out my system. But okay, so note to self: streamlined monarchies start with the monarch. Got it? Got it. So yeah, if you want a streamlined monarchy, charity starts in the home. So okay. Now that we've gotten that out of our systems, um, Harry and Meghan's public arrival at an A-list hideaway club just as they were evicted from Frogmore. You know what? I meant to have that together with the other one. I did that thing with my slides again. So, yeah, we can continue. I think I did this twice. All right. Now, you guys, I hope I did this right. I told you that I had some issues with some trolls. I went looking into the dark side and I found now this troll, I won't say the name. Gosh, I hope you can't see it. You guys that have been on Twitter have probably seen this troll before. But one of the reasons why I don't believe a confident conservative woman staying true to herself and standing for what's right, not what's popular, goofy and intellectual. Let me see. Let's start brainstorming. Now, I think at one time she used to have black or African or something like that descent. I think that's what she used to have, like right here. Oh, right. Is that it right there? Windrush descent. Yes, yes, yes. No, you know what? Those are two different people. So the one on the left side, I don't believe that she's actually black. If she is, she got problems. The one on the right side, you can see, I think I've shown her before. Notice that when she did the peace sign, notice that she's using a white hand instead of otherwise. You know what I mean? The hand did not match the face. So I believe both of these are just like troll accounts. I think they're blackfishing. You know what I'm saying? I think they're blackfishing. So I don't believe that either actually belongs to a person of color. Nice try with the windrush thing, but I just don't think so. Unless it is possible that let me see if that is not just some anonymous troll. Um, hmm, I wonder if that's No, it can't be. No, no, I don't. Nana? No, that ain't Nana. That ain't Nana. Mm-mm. Nana trolls, but that's not Nana. I don't know that Nana is even. No, that's not Nana. I don't want to believe that that's Nana. Um, there would be more hair in the profile picture if that was Nana. Okay. Now, this troll says that they're from the Caribbean. I don't want to say the name, but they say they're from the Caribbean. And I know you've seen this troll before. Now, the photo is of a very attractive man of African descent, right? And if you look at the description there, the law and life, my loves are Africa and Arsenal. Cote de Lure, or is that Cote de whatever, is where I started. Justice for Palestine is where it's leading soon. Okay, I agree with the other stuff there. But then this man, and you know what, guys, I'm no judge of a person's character, but this man that's into football and looks very athletic, look at the comment here on the right side. So Megan is in the photo, right? And there looks to be an elderly woman sitting close to her. And he says, this person that's supposed to be black says, yelling out like she's at a baseball game while terrifying the old granny sitting in front of her. Not exactly Audrey Hepburn, is she? And I'm just like, not exactly. That reference sounds rather a bit queer, don't you think? That sounds a bit queer. Queer as in strange or otherwise, but it sounds a bit queer to me. So it's either a lady or it's a broad. You know what I mean? I just and there's let me put it to you like this. It would be unusual for someone with that profile to say something like this. It's way too clever for the person if that is their profile picture. So, yes, Marsha, they do. It is always give themselves up every time. After a while, black folks know how each other talks. You got to know the code. Exactly. Exactly. That's why people always used to say, don't it seem like all black people know each other? I don't care where you're from. I don't care which side of the ocean you was born on. You know when you when you know. And I'm just like, Audrey Hepburn? You referenced Audrey Hepburn. Now, I'm sure that's some kind of veiled insult that Megan is an actress, but she's no Audrey Hepburn. Now, first of all, I think it's kind of a compliment to because I thought Audrey Hepburn was fantastic. So, yeah, that's a good compliment. But Megan has never fancied herself anybody but Rachel Meghan Markle, and nobody's Audrey Hepburn. So I'm just like, yeah, it just kind of don't fit. You got the profile there on the left side of this man of African descent, very athletic looking, but yet you have this very, you know, saucy comment about Audrey Hepburn. So yeah, not buying it. Very, very, very strange to me. Katie V, thank you so much for the super sticker and thank you for being a member of Royal Sussex and happy Monday to you. Yeah, I'm sick of it too, Mo Shannon. Do you hear me? Sick! I'm just sick of it. Okay, now, uh, mother of Tammy Faye Baker. Who is that? I thought Tammy Faye Baker. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, I'm sorry, you guys. Tammy Faye Baker is not working for GBN. Is Kinsey Schofield? Okay, Tammy's daughter, maybe. Anyway, that's Kinsey Schofield. I'm on a theme right now, trolls. Um, Kinsey Schofield, well, obviously she's not of African descent. At least I don't think so. But if she is, that makes the offense that much worse. So GBN News needed to have a Tammy Faye Baker lookalike that lives in the United States, because everybody liked Tammy Faye Baker. So that's what I think makes her relatable, is that she has that Tammy Faye Baker look. Anyway, that very startled Tammy Faye Baker is actually supposed to be an American journalist, and she too has gone over to the dark side. She does correspondent work for GBN News, and also she's always talking to Perez Hilton and so on and so forth. Um, so while I was looking on the dark side, I came across her account again. Now, she blocked me. I never made a comment to her or about her until one day I saw her dragging the Sussexes. And I'm just like, number one, I thought Tammy Faye Baker passed away some time ago. Number two, who do you think you are? So I went and looked into this person's account, and sure enough, I I was still convinced that either that is Tammy Faye, or maybe she's related to Tammy Faye Baker. I don't know. But right here she goes, I'm going to tell you something you do not want to hear in the States. The conversation is Harry and Meghan need to apologize and they need to move back to the UK, said LA based royal expert Kinsey Schofield. Oh, Kenzie, come out of the darkness, step back into the light. There is peace over here with us. There's free makeup. Okay, we'll throw in some eyeliner, blush, eyeshadows, powders, whatever you need, we'll throw it in. Just stop, stop convorting with that mob of haters, and you're an American. Act like an American. But no, that's what she does. She puts on her Tammy Faye war paint, and then she goes on television and says all kind of nasty stuff about the Sussexes. So I'm very, very disappointed. And right here, Kinsey Schofield, I think the King Charles protest headlines are drama. Now, she says, I think that those protests are drama, right? To show you how out of touch these people are, or just plain liars. Right there, it says King Charles has not seen an increase of protests against the monarchy since the death of the Queen. Wait, can you all hear this? Let me try that one more time. King Charles has not seen an increase of protests against the monarchy since the death of the Queen, Elizabeth II, said Schofield. Responding to a media freedom of information request, London's Metropolitan Police recently confirmed that the Met Police Service has not recorded a noticeable increase in protests against the monarchy and its members since September 2022. That statement was made March 16th. I think somebody has gotten some eyeliner or something in their eyes. Somebody has been going so heavy on the makeup that their mouth is actually doing the talking for them. Makeup is made to hide certain imperfections, and it's almost like a lie, right? Well, I think some of it must have gotten into her mouth or her eyes or something, because somebody ain't paying attention. There hasn't been anything but protests. Now, whether these protests are real or imagined, those people have been protesting. Somebody yelled to William on this occasion, you're never going to be king. So how dare you say there are not protests? There has been protests. There has been a movement of sorts, even during the mourning period for the Queen. There were people protesting. Although they tried to suppress it, how could you say that there hasn't been any protesting? There hasn't been an uptick of protesting. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Um, uh, Go back to natural lashes, Tammy Faye. You know how they say, come back to the five and dime, Jimmy Dean, Jimmy Dean. Well, come back to reality, Tammy Faye, Tammy Faye. Um, and mind you guys, I love Tammy Faye Baker. I think she was very sweet. But anybody who's identifies with her makeup routine, let me just say this. The 80s was a long time ago. And back in the 80s, I don't think anybody would have noticed. This is 2023. We see you. We see you. I mean, that makeup is so loud, you can hear it coming. You know what I'm saying? It's so loud, you can hear it. Oh, boy. No wonder she blocked me. But I promise you, at the time when she blocked me, I hadn't said anything about her. I didn't even know her. I'd seen her, but I didn't know anything about her. But I don't pay attention to those shows. I barely ever heard anything she said. I picked up on the vibe that she was, you know, part of the problem. And so I just ignored her. And then one day something had happened, and I think it was something that was in the news or something, and she was in the center of it. And I decided to try to figure out who she was. I didn't know I was going to find the ghost of Tammy Faye Baker. That was all by chance. That was all by chance. So I didn't set out to do it, it just happened. Oh, well. So again, according to her, there's not been an uptick in protest. I'm just trying to tell you that there were more people protesting the royal family than there to celebrate the royal family at the Commonwealth Day ceremony. Big gaps in the square. A lot of people just not even interested at all. And for those who were interested to be there, it seemed like tourist class people were there, not locals that want to see the majesty of the royal family. That left a long time ago. Anything that was majestic about the family was dead and buried by September, so that's gone. The only other thing that looks like majesty to me, you have to go to Montecito to find the majesty, the magic of the royal family, because that lot right there, not so much. Okay, and then there's this one right here. They were replying to, okay, let me set this up for you. So she made these comments and they replied. I can believe that. The king visited the town where I lived recently, and there were a handful of people protesting with a, what is that, a loud hailer? Is that the megaphone? And many hundreds of cheering people, and some hacks like Jobson were leading on the protests, leading on the protesters. The reporting was completely skewed. If Rob Jobson, if Robert Jobson said there was protesting, as much as he likes to carry the water for the king, then there was protesting. So this person right here, this delusional person, is saying that there wasn't much protesting while she's telling you that there was protesting. So I can believe that the king visited the town where I lived recently, and there were a handful. Well, if you look at this last occasion, there was just a handful of people there, but most of them were protesting. What part of protest don't you get? Protest! Oh, boy. I tell you, these people, these are the same kind of people. They see what they want to see. Like they look at her and they see a preeminent child care expert, you know. So they see what they want to see. Anytime you could look at somebody like this and you try to compare them to um, a real child care expert, someone who one of the laziest people on 2 feet is a child care expert. Come on, y'all. Stop it with that. Okay. And then the other person says here, let's hope the few placards with "Not My King," which will no doubt be at the coronation, don't ruin it for the rest of us who want to enjoy the occasion. We do not have a monarchy. So, we do not have a monarchy. That must be an American. So until that changes, King Charles is your king. What? We do not have a monarchy, so until that changes, King Charles is your king. Oh, she's telling Kinsey. See what I mean? It wasn't until I heard myself say it out. Oh, these people are sick. What is wrong with these people? As I look at somebody with Tammy Faye makeup in 2023, I don't even know why I asked that question, but what's wrong with these people? Is there something in the water? Dorothy Ross says another mass shooting in Nashville. Yes, Dorothy Ross, we saw that earlier. It's been all over the news. Reba Henderson says Kinsey Schofield is a troll out of California who got elevated by UK media when she put her face on Meghan and Harry's engagement photo. She knows nothing about nothing. Oh my God, Reba Henderson, I saw her trying to legitimately answer questions about this whole court thing as though she has a clue. Number one, you're an American. How much could you possibly know about the British courts? Most Americans are clueless about the courts over here. How would you try to qualify yourself? That was weird. I saw her trying to explain what was likely to happen. And in the comments, they were saying she's just grifting. Terry H says, poor Kizzy Schofield can't get over that Harry chose a biracial woman to be his wife and not her, obviously. Diane Hawkins says the reporters are still in La La Land thinking anything they say will be taken as true and not questioned. Maybe Queen Vicky should get away with that, but what is that? Maybe Queen. Oh, you're speaking Vicky Arbiter? But yeah, or yeah, probably Vicky Arbiter. I'm thinking. But it's a new day. Social media and global press exists. Exactly. There's too much information out there, and of course, there's the Sussex Squad Detective Agency. So it's not likely that you're going to be able to. And that is what's changed since the days of phone hacking, eavesdropping, and tailing people, is that things move differently now. I'm sick of these people worshiping those unroyals like gods. Nothing special about them. Well, I don't know. Have you ever seen somebody throw their behind out the window when they thought they heard a group of boys coming up the street? Now, until you've tried that, you know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I might do that this afternoon. If I think I hear a group of boys coming up the street, I am going to throw my behind out the window, just like Kate Middlebaum. I am going to just slide open the window and let it all hang because when your parents spends a top dollar to send you off to university, don't waste your time actually learning anything. Throw your behind out the window. That's what people really want. So yeah, until we've all tried that, I tell you what, everybody get out your seats right now, slide those windows open, slide those windows open, and just throw your bums out there just so that we can say we did. Okay? I'll be right back. Okay. All right, I'll go first. I'll go first. I'll be right back. It's just what people want to see. Some old over caffeinated chubby baby. Well, yeah. Okay, I'll be right back. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I still got more slides. I'll do it later. Okay. Where are we here? Charles won't let Archie be a prince as he plans to slim down monarchy when he takes the throne. And over here it says reportedly won't be allow Archie to be a prince when he becomes king. So this is something that had been brewing because Meghan outed them when they did the Oprah Winfrey interview. So you guys, even if you don't care about the titles, I I personally care about children being othered, especially, all right, it's one thing if someone else's child was born first and they are going to be king. That's the way the rules are, right? It's another thing when someone's child inherits the throne because they were born first, and it's obvious. And their children are lined up to get to the throne sooner or next for that reason. But it's another thing when someone goes out of their way to make sure to make sure that they can other a child by taking away something that had already been set into the policy, into the law, or royal patent, to try to take away something that was part of a royal patent just at the moment it had something to do with a child of color. Then I say that's when more people should care about a title. Not that they need it to be whole and complete people, but they don't need to be othered. They don't need to be punished for not being first. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think that that's fair. And so, whatever you think about the titles, fine. The titles are rubbish and it's something old and antiquated and all those things. But you're trying to other the children who have ancestry from Africa. And that's why that bothers me so much. It's not that the titles mean anything over here, but don't other those children. Don't take something away from them that you're not taking away from Beatrice or Eugenie or anybody else in the family. Don't do that to them. The queen, the queen went out of her way to intervene to make sure that the other Cambridge kids receive their prince and princess title sooner than time, right? Okay, I don't like that, but I get it. That's so that one child won't feel less than the other child as long as the queen is still alive. But when the queen died, they would have gotten their titles anyway, but not just them, Louis and Charlotte, but also Archie and Lily. And history would reflect that Meghan sat on the Oprah interview and even said This is what they're trying to do. And I'm convinced, had she not said something at that time, also, even if you don't care about titles, that's Harry's birthright. If Harry has to go through all the trouble that he has gone through since the start, since the very beginning, and he's supposed to walk away from the few privilege, oh my God, privilege. How come I can say that? Privileges, there you go. The few privileges that are guaranteed to him, that of a prince of the realm, why should he walk away from that? Why should they have it and he doesn't? That's his birthright. So it's the principle. It's not the titles by themselves. It's the principle of it. Stop taking stuff away from him. You took his mother away from him. I mean, seriously, they took his mother away from him. How much more is he supposed to lose? So you want to take the birthright. He believes in monarchy. He believes in the institution. He doesn't like the way it operates, but he sees it as something that could be a very worthwhile platform. It could be. It could be. In some cases, it has been. But in most cases, it has upheld a lot of evil in this world. But whatever it is or is not, that is his birthright. And that is something for him to pass on to his children. And then when the children are old enough, let them decide. Let them decide, we don't want any parts of this. Let them decide. Right now, they don't know the difference, but let them decide. If the monarchy is supposed to mean something, there's room enough in it for them. So let them decide. Oh, man. I'm not sure sometimes whether it's a characterization of Charles or is it Charles. That's the weird thing about it. Sometimes you don't know, is it live or is it Memorex? Is it a characterization or is it Charles? Sometimes I don't know. Right here. Yesterday, I did something very lengthy about Kate's secret to the first 5 years. Her secret to the first 5 years is a team of nannies and cooks and chefs and drivers and such. Well, I forgot this slide right here. This is the woman who raised Prince George, Charlotte, and Louis. Her name is Maria Teresa Torrian Borello. And she is with them all the time, at home, in the park, on trips, in the car, after school, all the time. This is her job. And she's not alone, of course. She's just, the main one. But I'm sure there are other times when they can call in help when they need it. There's opportunities to ask for help when they need it. But this is Kate's secret to the first 5 years. I would love, a matter of fact, I would pay good money to have Kate articulate the first 5 years. No notes, none of that stuff. But I would love to hear Kate articulate what's important about those first 5 years. Just like the girl who actually did it first on the TED Talk with no notes. The TED Talk girl, she was able to articulate all those things without notes. I would like to see Kate do the same. So that would be interesting. I tell you what, she might find herself nominated for a BAFTA. She might find herself nominated for a BAFTA. So that's her secret to the first 5 years, is called nannies. Now, the other thing we spoke about yesterday was the Windsor gene compared to the Spencer gene? Well, I'm going to submit to you um, the Grimaldi gene compared to that of, well, I forget her name. Was it, oh gosh, what is her name? I forgot her name. But anyway, that is the air hostess that, curiously enough, spent some time with Albert. And Albert of Monaco, who bears a striking resemblance to the Elmer Fudd, but that is actually the Prince of Monaco, the Principality of Monaco, who bears a striking resemblance to Elmer Fudd. Every time I look at him, I always hear this voice say, "Be very quiet. We're hunting wabbits." What? Be very quiet. We're hunting wabbits. Uh-huh. That is the reaction I have to Albert of Monaco. I always think Elmer Fudd. Fortunately for his son, that Elmer Fudd DNA didn't make it past the barrier. And, and he actually somehow, I mean, if you look at those cheekbones, you see his mom, you see his grandma, but you don't see Albert. You don't see that Grimaldi gene. Yes, that is Grace Kelly in the bottom lower right side. Grace Kelly, the Irish American actress from, was it Boston? From the Boston area? That is Grace Kelly, Oscar winning actress Grace Kelly. And of course, the reason why, guys, I don't just go around looking to mess with people, but Albert had the nerves to speak in a very disparaging manner about the Sussexes, saying that he didn't understand why they would hang out their dirty linen in public. This is the man who have fathered an unspecified number of children out of wedlock. And yes, that is his son in the middle. He finally admitted so after the air hostess took him to court. He did finally admit it. Oh, Nicole Cost. Thank you so much, Lady Bird. Thank you. That's her name is Nicole. Sorry about forgetting to look up her name again, but that is her name, Nicole Cost. And where she's from Nigeria, or is she from Nigeria, I think, or Kenya? Anyway, beautiful girl. And between Grace Kelly and Nicole Cost, that was able to suppress those Grimaldi genes, because those Grimaldi genes will cause one to look like, be very quiet. We're hunting rabbits. They will make you look like Elmer Fudd. So, unless you want your children to look like Elmer Fudd, I would say perhaps he should go get fixed, because we don't want to take those chances again. Well, I mean, if you were up all night running around, your eyes would look kind of dead too. Oh man! And by the way, yes, right, Mary H. People that live in glass houses. Um, but Mary Hiker says Albert's eyes are dead in that pic. They are. They do look kind of. But this guy, he. Let me tell you something. He loves black women. He has had a thing for black women for a long time, but because of his obligations as the Prince of Monaco, he decided that he needed to have a serene blonde as a wife who tried to get a, oh, from Togo. Thank you, Lady Bird. You're a wealth of knowledge today. Thank you very much. Togo. And he had a boy while he was with Charlene. He wanted to marry her. He spends a lot of time with him. Okay, yeah. But yeah, he needed a serene blonde to wed and to procreate. So she tried to escape, uh, allegedly, before they could even be married, because she took a measure of the man and said, "Be very quiet. I'm trying to get away from Elmer Fudd." Charlene was tipping through the castle, and unfortunately, people noticed her, but she did. She was like, "Be very quiet. I'm trying to escape Elmer Fudd. By the way, have you seen my passport?" But you know what? You know what? Charlene actually, wasn't she an Olympic swimmer? I'm surprised she didn't try to swim for it. I mean, if you can't drive away, if you can't run away, swim. I think if she would have pushed hard enough, she could have made it to the coast of France. I mean, it's right there. All she had to do was just go about a couple of blocks. She could have got away, but I don't know. Maybe it was just maybe the waters were rough or something. But if she would have swam hard enough, I'm convinced she could have got away from Elmer Fudd. Okay, so and of course there is the Spencer gene, which sustained William for the early years, no pun intended. And then all of a sudden, them Windsor genes popped out. See there? That's what happened when them Windsor genes popped out. And then, of course, if you look at Harry, Harry still is sporting those Spencer jeans, looking good, feeling good, smelling good, smiling, living his best life. So, just goes to show that just because part of you may be those Windsor jeans, you're not exactly stuck. If you live a good life, if you're kind to people, somehow you get to keep more hair, and somehow you escape those spinster jeans. I'm sorry, those Windsor jeans. The Princess of Wales made a surprise appearance at budget supermarket Iceland in Aylesbury, Buckinghamshire, as part of her work on the Shaping Us campaign from the Royal Foundation Center for Early Childhood. If I hear early childhood one more time, I swear I'm gonna snap. In the clip, Kate tells Mr. Walker, in the clip, Kate tells Mr. Walker, and maybe again, and maybe the soft skills of Vivian and creativity, clinical thinking, and the flexibility, and maybe, and of course, Mr. Walker didn't understand what she was saying, but to be polite, he just said what he thought she said. To be polite, he tried to respond in kind by thinking of something that she might have said and then trying to respond to that. And of course, she continued with, um, these things, and maybe in the business, and although as if really interesting, jazz hand, jazz hand, jazz hand. And actually, so the skills build, yeah, lives. Maybe. So she muttered something, and he tried to, be polite and answer to the best of his ability. And so all we have to do now is to just try to figure out, was she there to try to figure out a scheme to get kids to leave high school and go work at a supermarket? Or is she there to look smart and to do those jazz hands so that people think that she's actually singing for her supper? I am going to say it's probably the a combination of both. So I don't know. Maybe can you maybe um, uh, smell? Can you smell it to taste it? Maybe that kind of thing. So, Kate Middleton achieves major new milestones. She doesn't just talk the talk; she walks the walk. Catherine, Princess of Wales, can now add published writer to her impressive resume. Now, you know what, guys? I don't know where that came from. I was wondering if this is one of those things where someone has taken license to something. Whatever it is, one thing's for sure. We know that she didn't do it herself. We know she hasn't written anything, she hasn't studied anything. Whatever it is, it came from Kensington Palace, not from her. This is all a scheme to try to make her look smart and to try to make it seem as though she's actually working. That's it. But it made me think about something. If you guys recall, it was just a few days ago that the Telegraph said Prince Harry's hatchet job taints the whole royal family in the eyes of the public. Monarchy's approval rating falls to the lowest for 12 months after the publication of Spare by the Duke of Sussex. Spare the Duke of Sussex book. So all of that may be true, but the thing is, if you were actually doing what you were supposed to do, you wouldn't be affected by this. But because the case against the Sussexes has been built upon palace briefing, sources, insiders, all of those things was used to push down the poll numbers for the Sussexes, then I think likewise, once the truth is told compared to the lies and innuendos, by airing the truth, it's amazing how the truth is doing more damage to them than the lies have done to the Sussexes. Have you noticed that? The truth is leaving marks all over them, all over the institution, and deservedly so. It's what they deserve. If you are going to throw stones, then you need to move out of those glass houses. It's just that simple. It's a perfect analogy for so many things in life. Perfect metaphor, should I say, for so many situations in life. Stop throwing stones. And right here, inside the 87 unpatriotic councils spending nothing on King's coronation, including Charles' own tight fisted town hall. Well, this story is about what, a week old? And I see no reason, no motivation. Nothing has happened before or since this article that should mean people should leave the warmth of their homes to go and help that family. You wanted to slim down monarchy? Then slim everything down. And look at her. All of the years of shade, all of the disappointments for Charles. So you got the position, right? You got the position. You were able to go against the doctrine, if you will, the moral code of the institution of the church and otherwise, that which would have ruined things for other people, they somehow made a way for you and the side piece. And now you're free to govern the church, the military, and anything else that requires integrity. I mean, that is the king's court. The crown court is all the laws are in the name of the king. The king is the only person in all of Britain who does not require a driver's license. It would be redundant because all of that is in his name. That's what they say. It would be redundant. Speaking of redundant, have you guys ever seen the new Prince of Wales? I'm just asking for a friend. Okay. All right, you guys. This, of course, I made that yesterday. It was supposed to be something about the Sussexes and Spare, but I changed it to the early years. Wait, have I told you what the 5 big questions are? Well, you know, the 5 questions for the early years. And of course, in the small print, the early years, a vanity project by everyone but Kate. This is what I love to do to the derangers. I will change their hateful images and, hey, Shelly L, and just throw it right back at them. Now, you guys, what a lovely image of our Duchess. Again, I know not everybody cares about any of this stuff, tiaras, titles, any of those things, and I respect that. But gosh, isn't that beautiful? So one of the squatties, I don't know if this is one of those AI images or what, but I saw it, and so I decided to frame it in gold and give it a very neutral tone as a backdrop or background for the image. And anyway, it looks absolutely beautiful. I mean, it almost seems like you could just reach into the screen and straighten it out, right? But yeah, I think she looks very regal. And if there was an official royal portrait of the Duchess of Sussex, I think that would be just absolutely perfect. Very, very beautiful. So, anyway, just thought I would share that with you. And of course, another person took a little license with the Spencer tiara, and they even gave Meghan a very neutral, very clean line outfit to wear. Very elegant. Um, and what's the other word I'm looking for? Oh gosh, let me see. Minimalist, very minimalist gown to wear to the coronation. Now, it had some embellishments around the waist, but I removed that because I thought it was a bit much. It was like something sparkly, and I knew Meghan wouldn't wear anything like that, so I removed it. But that would be a look for the Westminster Abbey. And then here you have a comparison between the, what is it, Queen Alexandra, about whatever, and of course on the left side, the Spencer tiara. And of course, Charles, at some point, he may start going into mummy's tiaras, because if he's not getting the type of love that is required for a monarch as a man, well, with all the fuss going on about trans rights, maybe he may want to transition just for the sake of the position. I mean, sometimes you have to take one for the team, right? Yeah. So, and then of course, if anybody tries to bully you, you could always hop on your emotional support companion and ride away into the sunset. So, anyway, you guys, that's enough about them. Let me talk about our vice president. Hold on, let me take a sip. So it is being proposed right there. You can see it Ghana's new national airline is moving closer to takeoff after Ghanaian government revealed it had selected the name Ghana Air for the new flag carrier. So that looks really cool. That is obviously a Boeing 787 Dreamliner, which most countries love the Dreamliner because it is one of the most efficient wide body planes that you can fly. Um, it can go up to almost 8,000 miles range. It comes in three different lengths. That is probably the um, dash 8, 9, and 10. Yeah, I think that's the dash 8. The 8 is the shorter one, maybe a dash 9. But yeah, so pretty cool. I would like to see that kente cloth pattern on the engines and on the tail. That would look very, very cool. Love it. And of course, I love the vice president, Kamala Harris, showing her stature and leadership by reviewing the troops. She's wearing one of her favorite suits. And right here, you can see she is in the company of Cheryl Lee Ralph and let me see. He's not a black actor anymore. He's just an actor. Well, anyway, she's in the presence of Cheryl Lee Ralph and just an actor. And I know Idris Elba. Uh, anyway, I thought it was a cool pick and just thought I would share it with you guys. And of course, there's this. There she is with the president of Africa. I mean, not Africa. What am I saying? The president of Ghana. I sound like one of those people that think that Africa is a country and not a continent. But no, I am certain that there are several. As a matter of fact, aren't there more countries in Africa per capita compared to any other continent? I mean, there's 3 in North America, several in South America, way more in Africa, even more concentration in Asia, right? Or Europe, Asia, Eurasia. But yeah, so very proud of the vice president. Excuse me. I actually, while I was up working last night, my slides and everything, I watched the arrival ceremony, which was very, very cool. So proud of her. She's going to make a great president. And people were very warm, friendly. Yeah, he's not a black actor anymore. He's just an actor. Um, I'm just trying to respect, his wishes. He's not an actor anymore. He's just an actor. I'm sorry, not a black actor anymore. He's, you know what I mean. Just call me Idris. That's right. So I'm trying to be respectful because that's what he said. Now, had he not said that, I wouldn't have went there. But since he said it, not I, it was him. I have to follow his rules. I mean, I like Idris Elba, and you guys, I'm making fun of the situation, but it's a very serious thing. He doesn't want to be limited to this role or that role. He wants to be able to play a wide range of things. He doesn't want to be typecast. And I think that's very fair. So let's not make fun of him. Let's just focus on the vice president's very successful couple days with her departure from the U.S., arrival to Ghana, and then I forgot where else she's going, but it's going to be very good for her, very good for everyone. And then look at Cheryl Lee Ralph. Hey Cheryl, what's up? There's Cheryl Lee Ralph, just chilling. She just chilling. She ain't doing nothing. She just chilling. That's it. Just chilling, y'all. Just chilling. Anyway, love the outfit, love the hair, love you. Thank you so much for joining the vice president on this trip to Africa, to the three countries. And there on the left side, I missed that yesterday when she arrived. This beautiful little girl dressed in a gorgeous kente cloth outfit brought her flowers. And there on the right side, that's from this evening. So this is like the third look for this trip. She's wearing a cape dress. Very, very nice. I guess burgundy must be her color because she's wearing, it has some little burgundy design on one side. And of course, did you guys know that the Obamas are in Australia? Where they were seen out and about today in Australia. Still very popular in Australia, in spite of the right wing nationalist movements of the Western industrialized societies. Still very popular. And you wouldn't even know that those were Secret Service agents just because they look like they could pinch your head off and hand it to you. Doesn't mean that those are Secret Service agents. Not at all. And congratulations to the new First Minister of Scotland. This is a new, what does it say? History made as Yusuf wins. So he is the head of the Scottish National Party. And he said that the first thing he's going to do is to continue the bid to create independence for Scotland. So Umza Yusuf pledges to reunite the NSP as one team, and of course, Scottish independence. So, you guys, as we're winding down here, did you guys know? And even if you're not, I know Church Nelly, yellow T-shirt guy didn't win. Even if you guys are not into hip hop, I think you're going to find this album interesting. New hip hop album incoming, you guys. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? Well, I saw a tweet today, and it says, new hip hop album incoming. Jesus be tripping. So apparently the Pope has come out with an album. The Pope has a new hip hop album called Jesus Be Trippin'. And I guess you can stream it on Spotify and oh. Well, apparently there's a new album from the Pope called Jesus Be Trippin'. So go ahead, you guys, and try to Pope Francis is looking like the Iceman. Right. I mean, he got to get his rap on. You know what I mean? He has to get his rap on. So you guys support the arts. That's all I can say is support the arts. This man is not just the pontiff, but he's also an artist. So, and keep in mind that he's an artist and he's serious about his, well, you've heard it before. Actually, you guys, this is a fake photo. If you notice, none of those coats are identical to the other. The one on the left side, if you notice, the waistband looks a little different from the one on the right side. Actually, no, I think the coats are no, I think those coats are different. And I think it's even different from this coat. So these are actually fake photos, but when I saw it, I thought it was real. And I looked further because you guys know I like to verify stuff. And I saw this guy right here. I covered up his information, but he posted this picture: new hip hop album incoming. Jesus be tripping. And when I saw that, I was just like, I got to see if this is real. But actually, I think it's a fake. These have been going around the internet. So if you want to see it for yourself, just look up Pope in a puffy coat or something like that. But it's fun. No, I love it. I think it's pretty funny. It's how do they say it? It's fly. It's fly, y'all. It's real fly. But like they say, Jesus be tripping. Ah, I love it. Okay, and so with that, you guys, thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Thank you all for your generous donations. And as always, thank you all for trusting me to do this work. There are so many other things that you could have been doing, but you decided to hang out here on Royal Sussex. So, squatties be tripping. That's what's happening. Squatties be tripping. But and thank you to our queens for those amazing kids. And thank you, Harry, for such an inspirational day. Harry has inspired so much today with his visit to the High Court. Um, but yeah, so thank you to Harry for. I knew you guys would like this. I knew you would like it, so I was like, okay, I got to share this one. Because sometimes Jesus be tripping. Oh man. Oh, it's fun though. It's fun. Oh, I got a taste for some catfish. Oh, oh. Um, yeah, I guess I do need to go and sort out dinner though. But thank you again, everyone. What? Good night, Elaine. Sleep. Oh, I thought you said Elaine fell asleep. I'm like, what? Elaine fell asleep? No, Elaine is right here. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you, Connie Bomber. Thanks, Anastasia, Mo Shannon, Linda Lala, Church Nellie, Shelly L, a host of friends and family, Marshar. If there was someone walking around Rome, especially in the Vatican, if there was somebody walking around trying to look like the Pope, you know what would happen, don't you? Somebody would probably yell, "Police! Police! Police! Help! Police! Help! Police! Help! Help! Police! Help!" And then, of course, by the time they throw them in the Vatican jail, that person will probably say, "Yo, Jesus be tripping." That was clever, though. I love that. When I saw the caption, it's like that one right there. When I saw that, I lost it. I lost it. When I saw the caption, I was done. That was cute. A lot of creativity on the interweb. So, and with that, let me see if I can find something here. But yeah, I'm very happy today. Let me see. No. Let me see. What about if I do that? No, that's not it. That's not it. Huh. Uh-huh. No, no. No, that's not it. I was looking for well, I won't tell you what I'm looking for. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. That might be better. I'll share it tomorrow. Today might not be good. So see you guys. Go get yourselves some rest. Go get yourselves some dinner. Good morning to people that are just starting your day. Thank you so much for being here. Huh. Uh-huh. Did that one already. Oh, what if I do this? Yeah, still nothing. Okay, good night, you guys. You don't have to go home, but you got to get out of her. You got to get out of her. Okay. Try one more thing. Oh yes, I found it. I think I found it. I think I found it. Okay, let's try this one, you guys. Think I found it. I hope this is the right one. Let me test it and see. Yes, I think this is it. Yes, Queen. Yes. Yes, Queen.
Here's what I think is happening, right? If I say Royal Military Service to you, then partly depending upon your age, but generally speaking, the first person you would think of is Prince Harry. You would recall, for example, that footage of him when he was being interviewed on telly and an alarm went off, I think at Camp Bastion in Afghanistan, and he tore off the microphone and legged it. It made me go weak at the knees. It was quite a beautiful moment, actually. And again, I don't want to have a big conversation about militarism or indeed Afghanistan in particular, which is in the news for very different reasons today. But if and again, if you've served, you can set me straight on this. But he, to me, seemed like a proper soldier. All right. And he was in the thick of it. He wasn't at arm's length. I think Prince Andrew's service in the Falklands as a helicopter pilot was the real deal, actually. But he didn't rise to admiral through his quality of military service. Poor old Prince Edward had a crack at joining the Royal Marines. Didn't work out very well for him. I don't think Princess Anne did anything, and Prince William essentially flew search and rescue helicopters in Wales, albeit under the auspices of the RAF. So I say military service to you in April 2021. Royal Military Service, who do you think of first? Yeah, exactly. It's Prince Harry, right? So how ridiculous would it have looked if he was the only one there not in a uniform? I want to dress up as an admiral, Mummy, said Prince Andrew. Oh, Andrew, please sit down, said Her Majesty the Queen. I am as qualified to speculate upon that conversation having occurred as any of the people who will be getting paid a few quid to pop up on your telly this weekend and share their royal expert insights. That's why it's happened. Because the Queen has surveyed, in her wisdom, this strange state of affairs, and she has concluded that it would just look daft for the only member of the royal family that people automatically associate with the army to be the only member of the royal family not in a military uniform at Prince Philip's funeral.
Yeah, so there you go. that was it, you guys. Oh, Andrew, please sit down. I love that. So that was Brother James. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Last word of the day. Bye. Thank you, Edna Terrain. That was profound. Thank you again, moderators. Thank you for your donations for the channel. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Uh, and happy Monday. Love you guys. And let's cue the Ginger Avenger. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow. I love your tomorrow. You're only a day away. That's it. I just did that little part of it. Y'all know the rest of the words. All right, so see you later. The sun'll come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that the sorrow. I get loud on the part, I know. We're taking a trip tomorrow. And of course, for certain members of a certain community, we're breaking a hip tomorrow. Okay. See you guys. And cue Ginger Avenger, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Fun day. Well, now this is weird. Philip Schofield, not related, I suppose. Philip Schofield's obsessed brother did what? Wow. Wow. That's messed up. Huh. Okay. Ugh. Oh. What is this world coming to? Oh, by the way, I think did I see are they in Mississippi? Hub Kitchen? Not Hub Kitchen. the kitchen. I think they're in Mississippi. Let me see here. Let me see. I think I had a slide and then I didn't use it for some reason. But I do believe that World Central Kitchen, I think they're in Mississippi. Let me see here. It says World Central Kitchen. Mario is checking in from Armory, Mississippi, a small town that was hit hard by this weekend's tornado. In addition to this distribution site, we are going door to door delivering meals to families working hard to clean up their homes that were damaged in the storms. Yeah, so World Central Kitchen, they are in Mississippi. So I'll try to talk about that tomorrow. I'd rather not say. I would say look for it yourself. I don't want to say it here, but my, that is disturbing. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was looking for the World Central Kitchen and my eyes laid upon that. And I was like, really? Okay. I'll let you guys sort that out. But it's very Mountbatten-esque. It's very Louis Mountbatten-esque, I think. Does that help at all? It's very Louis Mountbatten-esque. Lord Louis Mountbatten. Oh, if you guys got a second, let me take a look at this screen. There is a link for the World Central Kitchen. If you guys would like to make a donation, thank you so much, Lydia. I'm going to put it on the top of the chat. I am going to peg it to the top of the chat. That is the link for the World Central Kitchen. So if you guys want to make a donation to the World Central Kitchen, again, the link is right there at the top of the page. Thank you very much. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. I'll give you a second to get that link before I go. And then I need to go and sort out dinner, my denters. I am leaning towards some catfish. That would be good right now, right? Some catfish. But I can't. Everything is so expensive right now, right? So I should not put up a fight and just order that catfish. Yes, I should not put up a fight and just go ahead and order that catfish. It'll be so much satisfaction having ordered it and eaten it. So, yeah, it's just like I run hot and cold with catfish. Sometimes I don't eat it for months and months at a time. And then suddenly, that's all I want is catfish. Light and flaky. I like the fillets. I love the catfish fillets. So flavorful. I don't know why there's always more flavor in the tail, but the tail is usually the part that melts in your mouth, and it's also full of flavor, I think. So, okay, you guys. Catfish it is. Remember the Queen had to anoint Prince Charles at his investiture. Prince Charles will have to do the same for William. Yeah, you guys, as far as I know, there is no rule that says, looks like Claire Kane just uploaded a video. Let's put that link up. I don't think that there is a rule that says that you have to make the heir the Prince of Wales. Okay, I'm going to get that link for Claire Kane. Copy. And gonna paste it. There it is. I've pasted the link there for Claire Kane. So go ahead and make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. All of these Sussex-friendly spaces. There you go. I'm sure it's going to be some interesting information about today. So do what you do, guys. Claire Kane is there. click on that link. I'll see you guys over there while I'm sorting out my supper. And yes, I'll see you over at Claire's house. Let me see here. But yeah, so there is an investigator service for the Prince of Wales, and Charles doesn't necessarily have to do it in any time frame. It's up to him. I don't think there's any like schedule for that. So, a food truck video. That's a good idea. Perhaps I'll do a food truck video. I have some footage that I can use. Oh yeah, catfish with hot sauce and cheese grits. Come on, Kathy G. Now that sounds tasty. No. I gotta go. No food truck video. Okay, love you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Hit that link at the top of the chat, and I will chat with you guys tomorrow. All right. Bye for now. Bye, Ivy. Ivy out.